Hey guys, welcome back to Just Carve Rob. This is Rob. How you doing? Okay, so we're working on that walking stick. We're getting closer to being done. We got all the background stippling done. 30 billion dots later. 30 billion dots later. Yep. We got cars and cars. Nobody donated money to Just Carve Rob for the Bugattis. Nope. Doesn't look like we're going to get a Bugatti shop car. So, what are we doing? Well, we're going to stain this, right? We're going to stain that background. So, we got to come in with our wood burner and burn all those cars in. So, we have got the razor tip here that we're going to burn them in with, okay? And we have to go back over where all of our stippling was. And I'm making a defined burn line there. So that the stain doesn't run on up into the cars. We're probably going to stain the cars too, but we're probably going to use a different color stain for the cars. So that's what we're going to be doing. I think I might have that pen just a little bit hot for doing the body lines. So we're doing the outlining, it's fine, because we want the outlining to be kind of deep. So that when the stain runs into that channel, it blocks it from being sucked up into the wood of the car. So that's why we are going around the perimeter of the car here. And we're burning that in. It'll make the car stand out a little bit more. And wherever the stippling is really close to the car, it cuts it down to make it straight. So that's why we're doing that. And we'll probably end up having to come back with the wood burning implement here, which is a razor tip. And we turn it down to about 4. Should be cold enough. And we will go back over our lines. I might have to turn it up a little bit, maybe 5. I'm not used to this tip. I just made this tip. So it might be a little bit longer than the old tip was. So your heat ranges are going to change. Because the more wire that you have, the more heat or power, amperage it's going to take to heat that wire up. And I think I made this one a little bit longer than the old one because I was having problems getting up on the inside of things. The old one was really short. I think I was having problems getting up inside of stuff. It was bottoming out against these little screws here. This is going to be the hard part, chasing these little lines. Get them all cut back in there. Okay. Go back around this windshield here. Get that burn in there. A lot of times you get, like when you're doing sanding and stuff, that fine dust will get down into your burn lines and it plugs them right up. You can try blowing it out, but I found it's easier just to run through it with the wood burner. And see, like this is burnt in, but it's got that fine dust down into those grooves. So it's just as easy. You could probably get in there with a really stiff bristled toothbrush and get them cleaned out. But like I said, I got the heat set real low on this, so it should just let me run back through those lines and burn them a little bit deeper anyway. Because we'll probably do the background dark. I've got some of that walnut poly shade that Jordy likes using the darker stuff, the mocha or the cappuccino or whatever it is. Poly shade. And I've got the black walnut poly shade, so that's probably what I'm going to do the background in. And then I've got my cane that I made. I haven't done any of the background stippling or anything on that yet. But I think I might try it because it's the same kind of wood. I have one called American Oak. And we'll try that on the other stick to see how dark it goes. Because we're going to have our background dark and our cars light, I think. Or we can switch it and go with the cars dark and the background light. So we got choices. Not going to spend, on this stick, I'm not going to spend a lot of time painting the cars. On the other one, I might. On the other one. It's just the time thing with this one, right? The guy's wanting this stick, this walking stick, pretty quick now. You know, I've been dawdling. I've been dawdling on it. I put it off working on it. I think he asked me about it back in July if I can make one. And I'm like, well, I've never made a walking staff with cars on it before. So let me do a prototype and I'll get back with you. And I did the prototype. I made that, started that cane. And we got all the cars done on that cane. And I'm like, well, I guess I can carve cars on a cane. So I called them up and told them, yeah, I can do it. And I'm going to turn it up a little bit more because we're doing the outside of the car now. And I've been delaying it and delaying it and delaying it with all the other stuff I got going on. Still haven't got all my summer stuff put away. I still got to get the quads put away and I got the boats put away. Turn it back down because we're going to go around this windshield and I don't want to be too hot. because it's very thin lines here. Hey, if you guys have heard about a guy called Sticks and Stones wood carving, he does some wood carving and some chainsaw carving, and seems like a pretty good guy. Haven't personally talked to him, but I've watched a few of his videos, and he's got some good information on there. He just did a really good tutorial on eyes, so you might want to go check his channel out. Sticks and Stones is the name of his channel. I know a lot of you know who I'm talking about, but for you guys that don't, if you're interested, he does some pretty good tutorials on there. As far as he goes right into how he designs them on paper first and all that good stuff. I think he's in Delaware, or he's by the Delaware River anyway, so that could cover from upper New York State all the way down to southern New Jersey. So exactly by the Delaware where he is, I don't know. I used to live by the Delaware River, but I lived in New Jersey. I lived right there where it's called the tri-state area. New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania all came together. So we would in the summertime, we'd all go up to the Delaware River and go canoeing down the Delaware River. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We used to catch some big eels on the Delaware River. Slimy things they are. But I knew a guy that would give me a couple bucks a piece for eels. He smoked them. Right there on the Delaware River. Take all the eels you could give him, and he smoked them, and then he sold them out of a shop. And he was a big eel fisherman himself. He had eel weirs, like eel traps set up to catch them. I just catch them on we'd go up there shad fishing. They're called shad. They're a pretty big fish. And we'd go up there shad fishing, and you'd catch eels too. So we'd take him the eels, work a deal out with him. He'd smoke the eels and the shad. So if you caught enough eels, it wouldn't cost you nothing to get your fish smoked. So yeah, we're just running down this guy here. Truck. Got a truck on there. Just get all this stuff burned in. I'm still working on my plow truck, so in between working on that, I'm letting the body fillers set up. I had to put a new roof on it, so I cut the old roof off. It was a convertible all summer. I cut the old roof off the truck and welded a new roof on the truck. So with that, you have to, after you get it all welded up and sealed, you have to go back in and put body filler on it to smooth it all out. Now, I was going to paint it because the whole truck really needs a paint job. When I bought it, the fenders are rusty and the doors are bent and rusty, and but it's a '98 Chevy Silverado single cab step side. So over time, I have bought basically a whole nother truck. I bought new doors for it, new fenders for it, rebuilt the, it's got a 350 Chevy in it. It's a Vortec engine with the throttle body fuel injection instead of port fuel injection like the new trucks have. That I'm fighting with on my '08 Silverado, by the way, still fighting with that. But yeah, so it's not a 350 anymore. It's been bored 30 over, and we put new pistons and rings and all forged pistons and rods, and we got a crank out of a small block 400 and put in it. So it's a little bit different than your stock motor. I can never put anything back original. It seems like I always gotta improve it or upgrade it. Seems like. But the old motor was getting tired. The old 5.7 that was in it had 190 some thousand miles on it. Still ran okay, but I wanted to restore this truck. So slowly I bought in all the parts to restore it. Anyway, I was going to paint it, but then I decided to do a wrap on it instead. So we're wrapping it in red camouflage. Why not? And it's kind of nice that all the fenders and stuff are off of it, because now I can wrap them and then put them on instead of trying to wrap them on the truck. Over there I can get all the vinyl seams hid up underneath the fenders and stuff, so you don't see them, which is hard to do with the fenders and stuff are on your vehicle. So yep, that's in process yet. But I figured, well, I gotta wait a half hour for that body filler to set up, so I might as well come in here and do my wood burning thing, and then later I can come back, and after I get done messing with that truck, and since the time change gets dark at 6 o'clock now, so I figured I can just come back in here when it's dark and go ahead and do the staining on this thing. Sounds like a plan to me. I still have to carve the guy's name up there at the top. You still have to do that, so. But I figured I can go ahead and get all this staining stuff done. Get one step closer. Yeah, I still got to come back and do the wheels on a lot of these cars. I don't think I'm going to carve them though. I think I'm just going to come back and wood burn the design into it, because I really don't want to make the cars any deeper than I already have into the wood. And if I start digging into those wheels, then it's going to make the whole thing look funny. So I'd have to come back and recarve everything. And so I'm thinking I'm just going to, like this here, I drew a pattern on there. I think I'm just going to come in and wood burn it in and call it good. That's what I think I'm going to do. We got to make our headlight right here stick out. That. And just cut a line down like that. See, it really pops that out. I got a partial video that I made yesterday. I had to go to Detroit. So while I was in Detroit, I was sitting out in the car because you can't go nowheres with nobody nowadays because of the virus. So I had to wait in the car. So while I was waiting in the car, I started carving this little, I thought he was going to be a hillbilly, but I think he's turned out to look like an old-time miner. You know, one of them old gold rush guys. So I think that's what he's going to be, as a miner. He might even put a pickaxe in his hand or something, I don't know. But his face looks like an old miner guy face. So I think he's going to turn out being a miner. Miner 49er, I think. So that will remain to be seen, but he has to be finished yet. I had to wait like an hour and a half, so he didn't get done. But I did record a lot of it, so we might post that up later, and do a high-speed deal on it, so we can cut all that footage down to 15 or 20 minutes. But he still needs to be done too, finished. So maybe I'll do a recording of him later, get him squared away. This here, what we're wood burning now, is a panel van. So I'm thinking about putting the guy right here. Is where you put your signage, your name or whatever, your company. So I'm thinking I'm going to put the guy's name here too. I guess he's a pretty big car collector, so he's got 8 or 9 old cars. So we might as well put his name on there. And then put that underneath it, put, CO for car company, or for company. So that personalizes it a little bit more for him. That about does it. So all we got is the two Bugattis to do here. Alright, so on the next video, I'll show you the stain job on this. We're going to call that good for this one. So if you want to support the channel, I'll put a link down below for the PayPal Buy Me a Coffee thing, or tip jar, whatever you want to call it. And that's it for now, guys. Thanks to Jordy Johnson, Ben over at Studio on the Lake, Cleve's Backyard Woodworking, Mario Tata, Rock of Ages USA. I should put a list down of all these guys that I want to say hi to and thank. Thanks for the support, guys. Thanks for subscribing. And tell your friends. Be sure to share, subscribe, like. Hit that like button. And we'll catch you guys on the next one, alright? Alright. Be awesome. Carve something awesome. And bye-bye.